I tried ways to stop thinking of someone. Yes, by becoming heart-centered, you move out of the energy of your mind, so you naturally are able to focus on who and what you want to be thinking about. But what happens until you can master this? I decided to come up with 5 different ways that I believe can actually work, and I put them to the test. My name's Aliki. I'm here to help you upgrade your energy. Let's use the cake analogy for extra inspiration. Experiment number 1 is too much of a good thing. I absolutely love cake, but there's a limit to how much I can eat. So what happens if you think about someone too much? What if you were to think about someone for 24 hours straight? No matter who you were with, what you were doing, even when you were sleeping, you'd have the intention about thinking of him and including him in your day. Thinking about someone is energy, so it's very easy for you to feel someone's presence just because you're thinking of him. And many times the reason that you're thinking of someone is because you're picking up on their thoughts, their energy, their feelings for you. So what happens if you do an overdose of this? And whoever you're with, whatever you're doing, you feel yourself thinking of someone. They're there in the back of your mind, and it's like their presence is around you. What if you intentionally do this? Is it a way to get over someone? Just as if I were to eat this whole cake, would it put me off cake for life or for quite a while? I don't know. I definitely don't think I'll be feeling well if I eat this whole cake. So for experiment number 2, I'm going to think about him for 10 minutes a day for 7 days. So it's a step down from the 24 hours straight, but it's 10 minutes where I'm completely focused on him. For experiment number 3, I'm going to write all the ways in which it harms me. And I will do this over the course of a week so different things can come to mind. I can write down not just how it perhaps ruins my focus or doesn't help me feel good at the effects that it has on my energy, but also the negative things that I can see in him. Perhaps in seeing what's not the best qualities, what doesn't benefit me in any way, what I am harmed by and what I don't like seeing. Perhaps focusing on this just as focusing on the way that eating a whole cake can harm you, or eating too much chocolate, too much sugar isn't the best thing for you, and you look at the ways, the effects that it has on you. What if this is also a way to get over thinking about someone? Because many of you in your comments express that I don't want to lose my connection with him or her. If I stop thinking of him, I'm afraid that I won't feel their energy anymore. I won't feel their presence. So for experiment number 4, I'm going to write a list over the course of a week of all the ways that it's important for me to be thinking about him, how it benefits me, how this connection is important, and what it is I believe that I should hold on to. The 5th experiment is for me to shift my thoughts each time he comes to mind. I will let him naturally come to mind, and every time he does, I won't allow myself to immerse myself in the thought, but instantly start thinking of someone else, something else. I'm sure your friends, your family have given you the advice, if you're constantly focusing on someone, to, think about someone else, or find someone else to think about, something else, something that's fun, start a new hobby, and keep your mind distracted. So I'm going to consciously distract myself with other thoughts. And I will try to make this be about someone that I enjoy thinking about something that makes me happy to think about. Time for us to look at the results of the experiments. For the first experiment, which was the 24-hour one, it actually was very easy to think about him throughout the day. I was going about my day, doing my things, working, talking to people, and it was easy to feel his presence, because I think that when you're naturally thinking about someone all the time, that's what you do. You go about your day and they seem to be running in the back of your mind. Their energy is there. Their presence is around you. And if this has happened to you, I know that you understand what I'm talking about. When this happens, you don't know quite if it's you just thinking of them or if you're picking up on their energy, but it's just this interchange of energy that as you're moving about your daily life, they're there and they pop up nonstop. So keeping him on my mind, I just needed to keep reminding myself to keep bringing him onto my mind and into my thoughts. And it was very easy to do. Even before I went to sleep, having the intention of him being in my thoughts. I actually even woke up several times in the night where I felt his presence around me. Perhaps I overdid it with the energy, but yes, it's easy to do. Now, as for if it's a way to move out of not thinking about someone, I think this is a definite fail. It's just you doing what comes naturally, which is thinking about someone, and it in no way is beneficial in moving out of this. The second experiment, which was to think about him for 10 minutes a day for a whole week, I actually expected this to be extremely easy, and when I came up with it, I said, this is going to be so easy, just thinking of him. But no, when you try to think about someone and focus only on them, no other distractions, not letting your mind wander, just thinking of one specific person for 10 minutes straight, it may sound easy to do, but it's actually, at least for me, it was quite impossible. Within a few minutes, I'd start thinking of anything but him. I was thinking of other people. I was thinking that, oh, I'm hungry, oh, I'm thirsty, I want cake. And so I'd said, okay, I'll have cake, I'll have something to eat. When I was thirsty, I'll have some water to drink. And okay, now I'll start again. It'll be easy for these 10 minutes to completely focus on him. And I just couldn't do it. Completely devoting all of your thought to only this person is actually a great way to not think of them. It's very hard to focus on one person for 10 minutes. At least this was my experience. Let me know in the comments what your experience is with this. For me, this is a great way to move out of thinking about someone, because during that week, he didn't really come to mind. I think the fact that I was trying to force myself to focus on him for 10 minutes made me move out of that energy. There was a shift within me, and it was very noticeable. So try this out. This is a yes. Experiment number 3 was to list all the negative things, and I came up with quite a lot. It was not just about the effects that it has on me and my life and on my focus, but I also was able to find things in him and in his behavior towards me that were hurtful. And I realized that I believe that many of us, when we're thinking about someone, it's not always a romantic thing. It could be a friend that has hurt us. It could be a colleague, anything, a neighbor. We don't only think about someone because we're in love with them. And there's always something that has drawn our attention, something that we feel that we need to understand, to work out, and to get clarity on. And it's like this just keeps rolling and it just keeps going. It's like an energy loop that we're in, and that the thoughts keep coming to mind. And if you become consciously aware of the negative side of these thoughts, not just the negative effect it has on you and on your life, because it definitely does cause fogginess, you feel disempowered, you feel this heaviness, but it also has, you can see that many things that you're thinking about the same things over and over again. It's not like because you're thinking about this person over a period of time, your thoughts progress and you get clarity and you understand things, and your thoughts evolve and change and you work it out, and that way you're able to let this energy go. No, it's like they just keep playing. So by writing the negative down, it gave me clarity as to what was going on, as to the energy that I was in at the time. And I believe that gaining clarity about the energy is a great way into moving out of this. So even though it did not help me to stop thinking of him, and I do not recommend it as a way to stop thinking of someone, it did give me clarity. But I would like to also talk about the downside of this experiment. It does move you into feeling heaviness. It makes you feel disempowered. It's not a way to upgrade your energy and to feel good. Unless you see it as, I'm going to go through this and then after I'll let this energy go so I'm free of it and I'll move forward. The truth is that while you're moving through it, it's quite tough. Unlike experiment number 3, experiment number 4 was uplifting. Because I was writing down the positives and why it's important to keep him in my thoughts and to focus on the connection, to focus on the energy, it really helped me. It gave me clarity. It was fun, but it also made me realize that what I always say, that the connection, when it's true, you cannot lose it. Whether you cut all ties, whether you let the energy go, whether you completely release someone from your thoughts, if it's true, in some way they will enter your life again. But the great thing in this is that when you see what the connection is, if you truly see it and you believe in it fully, it makes it easier for you to be able to fully let go, to release it, to trust the universe, to trust love, to trust whatever it is that is connecting you. It could be that you feel that you're going to move into a relationship. It could be that you feel that your friendship is true and real. Things that are true and real do come back into your life. Perhaps for this period of time, you need to be apart and experience different things and then come back together and share them and move forward. Whatever the relationship the two of you have, I believe that this experiment is a very good way for you to gain clarity and power and feel good because it moves you into believing and trusting. Experiment number 5 was something that I usually advise against, that when you want to get over someone or move them out of your thoughts, that constantly shifting your thoughts to someone else, to something else, doesn't really cure it, doesn't really move you out of it. But I gave it a go anyway. And I did this for a whole week. Each time he came to mind, I shifted my thoughts to other people, to other things. And I thought of things and people that actually make me feel good, that make me feel happy, that make me feel empowered. And I was surprised by this because it actually worked. It was easy to shift my thoughts and it was easy to think of other things. And that kept my energy high and kept my energy going. I didn't feel down, I didn't feel stuck, and it was fun to do. But as for if it's a way that will have a lasting effect for you to not be thinking about someone, this doesn't work. They keep coming to your mind. All you do is shift it. And it's not that at some point they stop coming to your mind because you haven't worked through this energy. You haven't shifted something truly within you. All you're doing is shifting your focus to other things, to other people. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Time for cake.